Welcome to the Tangles and Toons channel, where we are continuing our journey through Inktober 25 Zentangle Edition, and we're ready here for day 6. Are you ready, Gayle?
Yep, ready to go.
All right, then let's get to it. The day 6 tangle is called Aurivox by Stephanie Jennifer, and we're going to show you how to draw it and maybe some additional little twists as well. I'm going to draw my Aurivox right down here on my composition. Again, you're free to do yours however, but this is where mine will go. And there's basically two versions of Aurivox. There's the individual version, which is just that head or the shape of the face of the fox, or there's sort of a ribbon quality one where you can use it to make a ribbon, so on. I'm going to do a blend that's going to be the ribbon, but just two of the images. So I'm going to do it right down here. I'll zoom in. I'm going to just draw a line that comes straight down from my nameplate there and straight down here. And this again is the ribbon form, so if you don't want to do this, just watch how I draw the key Aurivox shape and then you can draw that in any location you'd like. In fact, I'll even show on a separate sheet here in a moment. But I'm going to create now in this ribbon version, we draw like a V shape that comes across the ribbon, and we just repeat that. I'm going to extend my lines down just a little bit further, and I'll stop right there. So now let me quickly show you on a post-it. So if you're drawing the individual version, you start with a couple outer lines, and then you create that V shape that I just showed you on the ribbon version. And then you create another V, or pointy part, if you want to call it that, down like that. And that becomes the basic outline of the fox. And then the original creator of the tangle shows us to put the nose right like this, a little triangle. And then we can also draw little triangles up here to indicate our ears, or that inner ear. And then just starting from the edges of the nose down here, we come up and we create our eyes. Now, if you look at photos of foxes, their eyes kind of have a gentle curve like that, and also around the bottom. So I just like to do it similar to that. And then we can put their little iris shape right in there. And that literally is it. That is the Aurivox shape individually done. So we're going to do that same exact process here on my ribbon one, but since it looks like I would have more than one, I need to be mindful of that, and I'm going to create the nose right up here. And then I'm going to draw these lines that would come from the nose and go upward. Of course, that's all I can see of that top one. And I'll do the same again right down here. And just making a little triangle shape. So this is like an ultra simplified fox shape. Fits nicely into the cartoon world here, so to speak. But we're just doing that to make this process easy. Now I'm going to put my triangles up here, and I put a little curve into that just to indicate maybe some shape to the face. And then here I'm going to go up, curve outward, and then I create an upward curve there for that eye. Just like that. Make that nice little vertical pupil, and we've got Aurivox completed. But, I hear it again, Gayle. I think we have a Toon Alert. A Toon Alert has been sounded. And we are going to take advantage of this somewhat representational and very easy to draw fox, and we're going to add to our Inktober Halloween page layout composition here, we are going to add a werewolf. But don't despair. Two things. One, if you don't want to do the werewolf, just do another Aurivox if you're following along. Just create the point down here, draw the same images again, and we'll come to the shading here in a few moments. But if you want to draw that little werewolf to add to our display here, follow along with me. We're going to do it a little bit differently, but that's where the Toon Alert comes in. So here what we're going to do is create part of our ear. It's going to come out. I'm going to draw a line, a curved line like this, and the ear is going to come back out here. Now I'm going to bring this down like that so that I can draw a narrower shape. And I'm going to draw a few little lines indicating some tufts of hair. A werewolf is not neat and well kept. He is very gnarly. Now down here where we would draw our peak, I'm going to draw a more rounded shape. And from there, I'm going to put my nose up about here. That too a little more rounded. And then right in the center of it, we're going to come up like this. And then down here, I'm going to draw my bottom jaw. We have to have a few fangs in a werewolf. Don't worry about the lines overlapping. We're going to take care of that very easily. And now we're going to draw some bottom teeth. Just kind of like that. We don't need a lot of room there. And now we want to draw a couple wrinkles here. This is a cartoon version of a werewolf, obviously. And so now we're going to draw our eye. It's going to come in a little more of a grumpy looking eye here. And I'm going to make an actual eyeball shape just to give me some guidance. And I'm going to put a black pupil in there. I'm going to ink around this eye. I want it to be dark. It'll help it to look a little more recessed and a little less friendly than our nice little fox. And here we're going to ink in his nose. And let's put some ink down here where his bottom, or where his mouth would be, in between the teeth. Again, don't worry about preserving your teeth. It's a small area, but we're going to use a white gel pen to bring some of those teeth back out in more interesting view. Now we want to draw some wrinkles like frown marks here. I'm going to ink a little bit into this area up there for some darkness. And now I'm going to draw a kind of a fuzzy, hairy line, if you will, that marks the outside edges of our face, our werewolf face here. Put a few hairs up top. Again, the werewolves don't worry about going to the barber and keeping things neat and trimmed like maybe that fancy fox does. And now we've got these basic details. Let's add a couple little marks here where we're indicating that wrinkled skin on the nose. And I'm going to darken this around here just a little bit as well. Okay, trying to keep this simplified, but if you go a step at a time with me, I'm going to make a few little marks in here that will indicate some fur. And the same in here along the face again. So we have kind of a line of fur that shows here, maybe slightly different colored fur or something like that. And up and around this eye, I want some more dark lines. Now we're going to use some shading that will really help with all this. But I want to indicate some of these patterns here with our ink pen. So I'm just trying to add some details. So I told you this was a Toon Alert, so it's not exactly a tangle, but we were already in process there. The one from the Inktober for today was perfect fit. for giving us this opportunity. And I'm also going to draw a couple little whiskers that come out just to help a little more details here. All right. Just like that. Now we can grab our pencils and we are going to shade both of these. So the real simple thing for shading the original, the Aurivox, is we can just do a little darkness around the eyes, because those foxes, if you look at, now there's different colors of foxes obviously, but many of them have a a darker ring around the eye area. So that's just nice, and we can add a little graphite around this curve by the ear, and maybe even a little bit in that ear space to fill it in. So then let's just grab our tortillon and we can blend this and give just a little bit of dimensionality and contrast to our fox. Very simple, kind of a fun little tangle, and you could put this anywhere in your composition, like he's peeking out from behind something, or you could try what I'm doing here if you want to have the full ribbon effect with it and have it showing. My thought here in terms of using the ribbon with the fox was that it almost looks like our little cute fox is transformed here into the werewolf, and you can think that, or you can have some other version of a thought, or you can say, Dave, you're insane and I'm not drawing a werewolf on my Zentangle pattern. That's up to you. We'll add some shading around that, I think, in a minute as well. But let's go down here. So we're going to add some darkness in these areas that will really help this to have a little more dimension. We got to have that with our werewolf. It's got to scare us when we look at it, right? We can't have a Halloween werewolf that looks friendly or nice. What would be the deal with that? So I'm adding some graphite to the outer edge that I'll blend, and around these areas that would be further away from us will be darker. So when we blend this, the shading will look really neat, I think. Around the edge there. Whoops, I forgot a couple little tufts of hair sticking out here on this one too. All right. And I'm adding a little graphite in here just so that's a little darker. And now we blend this. So we can take our time if we need to and just enjoy this fun little moment of creativity. Or like I said, you can think that guy Dave has lost his mind and time to move on. I hope that's not the case. You know me here at the Tangles and Toons channel. Those of you who have been here for any length of time, you know that I love my little monsters and creatures, and I love drawing cartoon characters. It's just fun. It's an expressive way to be creative and to just have some fun while we're doing it. So I'm adding some shading around here, just turning this into a guy worth looking at. I'm going to make it a little darker around these bottom edges, these outer edges here of his snout. I think that'll help make it a little more dimensional. All right, now if you have a white gel pen, we can really bump this up a notch by adding some white gel ink to our teeth. And it just makes him look a little more snarly, and we'll add a nice little glint of reflective light to the eyes there as well. And I think that will be pretty cool. Let's see how we got. If you do add white gel, don't forget to wait a moment before you try any shading touch-ups or anything, because you could smear that gel ink all over. But there we go. We've got our little werewolf incursion here with the Toon Alert, and I'm adding a little bit of shade to the whites of his eyes. I don't want him to look like he's startled. I want him to look like he's kind of creepy there in the background, which means I'll probably need to retouch my little white dots. There we go. So I think that works all right, and we've kept our original, true to Stephanie Jennifer's vision there, hopefully, of her little fox, and we just added some shading in there to make that look interesting. Now, the last thing we can shade, in my case anyway, since I went right up against the nameplate, I'm going to add some graphite around that where we would have a drop shadow, or a cast shadow, I should say. And this will just be blended out to keep it consistent with what I did previously. Consistency isn't required, but it does help sometimes. Now, one last finishing touch that I want to add to this little piece is I'm going to create an aura around the entire outside, just so when I have other tangles bumping up against this, then I'm going to have a little bit of a buffer here that will just help to make this stand out as a separate piece, and everything's not going to have to blend into it. So just like that, just something very fine and simple, but it lets that piece kind of stand on its own. And so here we have the composition so far after day 6, where we added Aurivox and a little Toon incursion here with a werewolf, sort of inspired by that Aurivox and by the holiday here. Gayle, how did yours come out?
I think it came out okay.
Let's take a peek. It sure did. Great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, yours is very nice. The placement is good. It's a little smaller than mine so that it kind of has a nice, it doesn't overtake the page like mine might tend to do.
No, yours is good.
But I wanted to enjoy both of those options there. So versus a kind of a subdued versus not subdued. Kind of calm and cute, not so calm and cute. So it's kind of neat. So here's our best I can show on camera here. That's as far zoomed out as my camera will allow us to go, but you can see the differences. But that is basically it for day 6 of our Inktober 2025, and we look forward to seeing everyone real soon for day 7. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.